hello. So, if you're wondering what this is, here's the deal. I want to finish this game, and I think this is probably the easiest way to do it right now, is to just sort of record myself playing through the last little bits of this game, because Future Connected is not very long. So I'm going to play through it like I would normally, but I'm going to do it in recorded form. I'm still going to be doing the same things that I was doing before, so we're going to be doing, one of these, which I literally forgot the name of off the top of my head. The quiet moments. We're going to be starting off with a quiet moment, probably, ending with one as well. I'm not going to be including doing quests and stuff. I'm only going to be including when it is story or it is a boss fight or something like that. But I'm still gonna give my commentary. It's still gonna be pretty normal, It's just to experience the story and get it over with. And so to begin things, we are going to go and view a quiet moment. I'm gonna try and do these in order. I know that there is probably a proper order you're supposed to watch them in, but to be honest, I'm not that interested in doing them in the proper order, mainly because I don't think it's that particular. So I'm not gonna really bother. So yeah, we're gonna get Melia in the party here. This is anytime. Nighttime looks good, I think. But let's do a quiet moment just to start things off here.
Ah, Shulk.
Did something catch your eye? Wow, what a view. It's nice to see the capital like this.
Being able to see it from here, it's enough to make me tense up. In all honesty, it's making me consider my position and standing.
I see.
My brethren, who transformed into Telethia back then, and those who survived, feeling the sadness that seeped into this land. And then, my father and brother's expectations, calling me the hope of the High Entia. I must be an empress worthy of taking on that mantle. But I don't know how. Much as I hate to admit it, I have not been able to find the right answer yet.
Melia.
Shulk, you of all people must surely understand. You who secured a future for all of us in that decisive battle.
You know, I've been thinking a lot lately about what my visions were.
Oh?
The future that Zanza wanted. That was certainly one of the things I saw. But we fought to deny that future. Forged our own path. That's part of it too. But I find myself doubting. Were we really actually determining our own fate all along?
Well, it's a good question. But look, you have saved me more times than I can count. That did not come about because of your visions. You used your own judgment, and you chose to act, did you not? And thanks to that, I believe I've grown as an individual as well. I hardly think I said anything funny.
I'm sorry. You're right. I want my actions to have meaning too. Not to craft Zanza's future, nor defy him and bend the world to a future of our design, but to give the freedom to choose. To all beings that call this world home.
Freedom to choose, huh? What would my father and brother wish for? I wonder.
I don't think you need mystic visions to work that out. They just want you to be happy, right?
My gloom is no match for you, Shulk. It's just as you say. To become the hope of the High Entier is a fate I choose for myself. Those were the words Father imparted to me. There is no need to fear. That is how my brother encouraged me. I've been so impatient and homesick. I nearly forgot those most important words. I can hear Father lecturing me even now, chiding me for my foolishness. I give you my thanks, Shulk.
It's nothing.
To lack clear-cut answers is hardly a sin, but a sin it would be to cease searching for those answers altogether. For the High Entier who live on in this land. Nay, not only the High Entier, for the sake of all the people of this world, that they may decide the future as equals. That is the vision I choose to guide me. That is the future I wish for.
Yeah, if anyone could make it happen, it's you. But I won't lie to you. The road ahead will be long and arduous. I hope you won't mind me lending a hand. After all, that's the future I want too.
Shulk. Indeed, it'll be my pleasure.
So, a nice little moment between Melia and Shulk there. I like it. It's cute to see them interacting. Melia will be not to try and spoil anything, but Melia will be important for something a little bit later. So it's important to keep her in mind. Now, there is one thing that I do want to point out. There is a lot of quiet points. You'll see there's one here, one here, one here. There's like 3. And then there's like 4, 5, 6, and then I think 7, 8. Some of these quiet points I can't view yet. I just literally can't view them. And some of them I can view. The ones that I can view, again, I will get to them eventually. I just don't want to do them all at the same time, just because I think that's kind of... I think it would just take a little bit too long. But without further ado, let's actually go into the town.
Your instinct was right, Melia.
Yes, although the rift's influence is spreading far too quickly. Radson, are you fine?
Miss Melia, these armors, it was so sudden.
You can explain later. Let us do the fighting here. You should seek refuge.
Right you are.
Stop those Armus.
Yeah.
Bad army. Go to bed without din-dins. Kino, show off marching skills.
Not really this fight. That scene with Radzem there where he was kind of standing in front of the armies actually made me remember something that I don't think I brought up ever in the playthrough there is no playable Machina character whatsoever in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Which is something that it doesn't really bother me that much, but it feels like kind of missed potential for a possible playable character.
Thank you for that.
Was everyone all right?
Yeah, no major injuries to speak of. All thanks to you, of course.
Kino accepts a year's supply of sweet wasabi as reward. Real Hereupon never has compensation. Where it say that?
Shulk, was it the rift's expanding influence that's responsible for our Armu's transformation?
Looks like it. We saw it happen before, too. Regular monsters turned into fog beasts, just like that.
That suggests more fog beasts will appear if the rift continues to spread its vileness. Consider, with the size it was before, the rift's effect was limited to the area within the capital. But now it's getting wider.
One moment. In that case, if the rift keeps growing larger,
All monsters everywhere could be changed by the fog.
we must find a way to fight back.
We'll need those research notes for that. Let's head for the lab.
Right.
We will do just that. We can't let that big old hole in the sky, or I guess it's a rift, that's what they called it. Anyway, we can't let it get too big. This actually gives me a nice thing that I can point out. That I haven't already anyway. You might notice that I actually already have all 12 of the Pawn Spectres. This is because it's actually possible to get all of them pretty quickly as long as you have access to the entire map. You have to go down this little, lower pathway that takes you into this area, which we won't be going to for quite a while. I think you have to go here for the story. But the last Pawn Spectre is over here, and you can actually just go and get that Pawn Spectre. There's nothing that's technically stopping you, which I think is really nice. I think that's really cool because the Pawn Spectres are pretty crucial to the combat in this game, I would say. They're quite important to have. So I like that you can go out of your way to go and get them, because their quests are not very long. They don't take that long at all, which I like. For this specific part coming up, I think I would like to switch to Melia instead of Shulk. And I'm also gonna no, I'll leave it as this time. Again, I'm trying to remember my best on the events of Future Connected, because I did only play this game once and it has been a little while.
Villain! What do you want?
You stand in the way of a new age dawning.
Sis, I'm scared. It's all right. I'll protect you. And I'll work, I swear.
Behold, the widening rift in the sky. It's proof definite the world abhors you.
Spare me your ravings.
Oh, Lady Melia, the hope of our race.
Gelgar, what is this treachery?
As you can see, I am sweeping away some pebbles. Their research is blasphemy against the commingled blood.
Don't you comprehend the import of what you're interrupting? The very future of our race hinges on their work.
You think this is the future? This reactionary struggle to revive what is long buried? The future of the High Entia is us. We are what the race ought to become. We are the true face of the High Entia.
If not for our ancestors, we would never even have drawn breath.
Ancestors? I recognize them not. You, Lady Melia, are our progenitor. You were our beginning, and you will be our future.
Senseless drivel. If you would interfere with this research for the sake of spouting your nonsense, you do not deserve my mercy!
Melia!
Why won't you understand? Why won't you accept that we are the ones destined to lead?
You will not so easily refute our history!
So be it! I reject you! I will take the mantle and become father of our kin! I will take dominion over all, and the world will be set to rights.
Focus your attack.
Pure blood's got what they deserve.
Nene got it. Poison and
Gilgar
get toasty.
is a weird. He's. I don't. When this game came out, after the first like couple weeks of this game coming out, Gilgar got, simply put, a lot of shit for being not that great of a villain. And while I will admit that he is definitely not on the level of some of the other villains that are in this series, I don't think by any means he is, like, off. I think he does have his merits, and I think he does have, you know, some reason behind what he does. I do just think he's a bit, like, less deep than other villains. But by no means do I think he's, like, awful. I just mean he's a bit... He's just a bit lighter in terms of, like, his villains. But this fight is also genuinely can be decently tough from what I remember. Luckily, I am actually on par with him level-wise. I did not remember what level he was, so I'm glad that we are actually on par with him. That's very nice. Another thing that I can point out here is that... Or actually, I think I'll save what I was saying for
later. I know I am not wrong. I'm not.
I will spare you. Just be gone from my sight.
No! The lab! Melia! Miss Melia!
No! Idiots!
The crown is mine now.
Talon!
Vix's help!
Better safe than sorry. The pure blood meets its end today.
Are you okay, Talon?
Telethia here! Damn!
Miss Melia! She's okay. She's all right.
I'm sorry. I couldn't save the future.
Melia!
Miss Melia! Kino, you did it! Applause.
Where?
We're in Radsom's house. The lab went up in flames, so we carried you here.
The lab. I'm sorry, Talon. I failed you.
Miss Melia?
You damn fool! What possessed you to do that? What happened to safeguarding the future of the High Entia? And bringing our brethren back home, were those just words to you? You should think long and hard about what the death of a leader would mean for us!
Come on, big sis. That's enough.
Don't defend her. This idiot child.
I had to.
What?
To protect it at all cost. The research.
How can you be so fixated on that?
Our salvation lies therein. I believe it now.
Melia!
And yet, ultimately it was for naught. I caused trouble for everyone. And I couldn't even save the documents.
Poor Miss Melly.
That's not true. If you and your friends hadn't come when you did, there might not have been anything left of the research to continue with. And also, here,
What's this?
it's the book you carried out of the fire. Ring any bells?
This tome. We found it in the tomb.
Yeah, the book that started my research. If we have this, me and Tyrea can carry on with our work. Sis, are you with me?
Yes, right. We can study the problem until we make some headway.
Miss Melia? Thank you.
Likewise.
Teelan. Tyrea.
You've only just woken up. Come on, we'll let you rest.
Yes. Thank you.
What that for? Use Tranquil Snooze for sweet dreams. That seemed extremely excessive.
This might just be what we need to defeat the Fog King.
Yeah.
Feeling better?
Yes. Much better now.
What a relief.
Miss Melly good as new. Kino saved day again. Less braggy, please.
Friends, I'm sorry I worried you. And I abused your hospitality. Please forgive me.
No. You saved this place and we owe you. Big time. This was the least I could do.
I will not stop now. I swear to do what I can for the good of Grandel.
I appreciate it. Just don't go running yourself ragged for us.
I promise. We seem to be missing Tyrea.
Oh, if you're looking for her, she figured the fog beasts might strike again, so she went out on patrol.
The likes of us aren't exactly trained for battle, so really, any help is welcome.
You're right. I feel sorry for any beasts that wander into Tyrea's path. By the way, did I hear you mention something about defeating the Fog King?
All thanks to our friend's research.
Is that so?
Quite.
A sterling achievement, Teelan.
Just an accident.
Still, even so, your devotion to your mother may well have saved our future. All right. What do we have to do? How do we defeat the Fog King?
We found ether attacks effective against fog beasts, but not against the Fog King. That's because the ether's concentration was too low.
Concentration?
Concentration? Pipe down when adults talking, dum-dum. But Kino's so bored.
The whole thing got me wondering, why did fog beasts appear when the rift got wider? I think the intensity of the rift's rays exceeded the density of the Telethia's ether field.
None of that makes any sense to me. How is the density connected to the Fog King?
If we could put up an ether field denser than the Telethia's, the Fog King will become vulnerable.
How does one put up an ether field? Secondly, where does one obtain such highly concentrated ether?
For the field, I think this guy will do the job, with a little tinkering.
In that case, it's just a matter of gathering up enough high-purity ether crystals, except...
Except what?
those kinds of ether crystals are extremely rare. I'm not sure where I'd even start looking. There might be none at all around here.
Oh, cheer up, all of you. It is not a foregone conclusion. And in any scenario, if we cannot defeat the Fog King without them, we will have to keep looking until we find them.
True enough.
Good. Then let us start by asking around.
Hey!
So, we have a new job. We need to make a sort of weapon or a tool in order to defeat the Fog King. Now, this is a big thing. I remember it's a whole thing that you got to run around and do. But I think for now, this is a pretty good stopping point. So I'm going to stop here and continue again in a different part.